This tutorial is part 2 of the super highly requested series where I'm going to show you exactly how to get started with iPad lettering. All my insider tips and tricks are coming right up. Hey and welcome! I'm Karen from iPad Lettering, bringing you the best tips and tricks about anything and everything iPad related. On this channel, I want to help you get the most out of your iPad, whether that is with lettering or art or getting your life organized. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And to make it a little bit more convenient, you can also turn on notifications by clicking on the little bell icon. So now that you have practiced your basic iPad lettering strokes, okay, I'm making a little bit of an assumption here, but I really hope that you've practiced them because it will make this part so much easier. If you haven't watched my previous video where I'm showing you to practice the basic strokes, I highly recommend you do that first. And if you have practiced, give yourself a big pat on the shoulder right now. Well done. You are already a long way ahead of the curve in your iPad lettering journey. And also, let me know in the comments which one of the 8 practice strokes you enjoyed practicing the most. Now it's time to make the most out of your practice by starting to combine the strokes to form actual letters. I'm going to show you how to use each stroke to form every letter of the alphabet. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video to see all lowercase letters and also for a download link to my free letters cheat sheet. And here we have our letter cheat sheet. You might recognize these basic strokes here at the top, and just to make it a little bit easier to explain how to write all these letters, I have decided to color code them. So I've used a different color for each part of the stroke that we are going to use for the letters. Let's have a quick look at how this cheat sheet works. So if we open up the layers panel, you see again that we have got a number of different layers here. Similar to the basic strokes, we also have a grid and then the basic strokes here. Then we have one layer which has all the letters. And then if you're not quite sure how to put these letters together, there's also a layer here which says letters color coded. So if you turn this one on, you'll see how each letter has the combination of the strokes that you need to use for each letter. But I'm going to turn this off again and I'm just going to show you live right now how you can put these together. So I'm going to turn this off again and then we're going to go through each of these letters and I'll show you exactly how they work. And we'll start with the letter A, and we are going to start with an oval for the letter A, and the oval color is this one here. So you can see now, because you've practiced all your ovals, you're already familiar with the strokes. So we're starting here, we're coming around, and then we're finishing the stroke. So this is the first part of the A, and then the second part is our underturn stroke. So let me change the color and choose this color here, and then we're going to make an underturn stroke. So this is not the full underturn stroke, but you can obviously pull up the thin stroke as high as you want, especially once you start combining these letters into words. You might want to pull this up a little bit more. And then letter B consists of a thick downstroke and then an oval. In this case, the oval is actually flipped around, but it's still an oval, and so that the basic principle is still the same. So let's choose this color for the thick downstroke. And this is exactly the same as the downstroke that we've practiced in our basic strokes. And then we'll do the oval. So I'm going to start here, thick, and then thin again, and finish here. And then the C, this is pretty much an oval, except the strokes don't touch here in the middle. So we'll just start here and draw an oval. But we're just going to stop there as well. Now the D is very similar to the A. It's got the oval, and then it's got a thick downstroke, and then it's got the underturn stroke like that. So let's do that, the oval, and then we're going to do an underturn stroke. So this is kind of a mixture of the thick downstroke and the underturn stroke, but I think the difficult part really is the transition there. So that's why I'm using the orange color to show you. like that. And then the E, this is very familiar already because this is almost like our ascending loop. It's just a little bit smaller. So let's do it like this. And then the letter F, this is again, is this kind of a combination of different strokes. I feel it's most similar to our ascending loop. So I'm going to choose the same color again. But then it's just going to go back to the start there. And then this stroke here is similar to our thin upstroke. So let me choose this one like that. Next is the letter G, which is an oval. So we're going to use this color. And then the loop part here is our descending loop, which is this color. So now you can see how really all these letters are made up of the basic strokes that we have already practiced. Isn't this cool? So now H is a thick downstroke. And then we have our overturn stroke. And this is yellow, so I'm going to choose yellow. And then it's just got a little flick at the end here as well. And then I is our underturn stroke, so I'm going to choose orange for this. And then J, pretty much we've already practiced this, right? So this is our descending loop. A little dot. And then the K is going to be a little bit different. So the downstroke is the same, it's just your thick downstroke. But then the little loop part here is actually different. So I've decided not to choose any of the colors that we've already used for the basic strokes because it's really different. So I'm just going to choose a different color altogether. And in L, we've already practiced this, so this should be nice and easy. And then M starts with a thick downstroke. And then we have 2 of our overturn strokes. So we just do this. 1, 2, then we do a little flick at the end as well. And N is very similar. We've got the thick downstroke. And then we've got the overturn stroke with a thin upstroke. And then thin downstroke and a little flick at the end. And then O, of course, is just our oval. And P is a thick downstroke and then a reversed oval. And Q is almost the opposite, so we're going to do the oval first. And then we are going to do a thick downstroke with a little loop at the end. So this is a little bit different, but it's shouldn't be too hard. Like that. And then R is a little bit different again. So I'm going to start, this is almost like our thin upstroke. So I'm actually going to use this color because it's very similar. This is very thin until you get to here. And then once we get to here, the second part of the stroke is now just our underturn stroke. And now S is very similar again, like our descending stroke here, but it starts with a thin upstroke. So let's change the color, thin upstroke, and then change it to this color here. So this is quite similar to this letter, but just a little bit shorter. But now you can see why it was really good that we've practiced our descending loop in this way, because it almost makes the S already. So you've already practiced this stroke, which is very, very handy. Now the T, I would say this is very similar to the underturn stroke. So let's choose this color. And then we have a thin stroke as the crossbar. So you can make this a little bit wavy so it looks a bit prettier. And then the next letter U is it's pretty much 2 underturn strokes in a row. So we go like this. And then we make another one like that. And then V is maybe a little bit different, but not too dissimilar to the U, except that you don't make 2 strokes, but you only use 1 stroke for the V, and then you can make a little loop here at the top just to make it look a little bit prettier. And then the W is very similar as well. It's an underturn stroke, and then another one with a little loop at the end. And then now for the X, a lot of people don't like writing an X, but I think it's just because it's a little bit difficult to know exactly how to write it. I recommend thinking almost like doing an overturn stroke. So we're going to do it like this. And then the other side is just like doing a thin upstroke. So we start here and create that thin upstroke. Then the letter Y is our underturn stroke. And then our descending loop. And again, you can see now why it's nice that we practiced this little flick here at the top, because it makes the letter look a lot prettier. And then last but not least, the letter Z. So that's going to be an overturn stroke, and then the bottom will be a descending loop. So let's choose yellow for the overturn stroke, and then we'll choose red for the descending loop. And there you have it. These are all the lowercase letters of the alphabet. What do you think? Does it make sense? Put a thumbs up emoji in the comments if you're confident this will help you, and if not, please let me know what doesn't make sense so that I can make another video and maybe explain it a little bit more. And now, over to you. It's time for you to practice all the letters I've just shown you. I've put together a free letters cheat sheet that you can use to practice. The download link is right here. And then if you're really serious about practicing your letters and want something a little bit more sophisticated, I also have a number of practice sheets available on my website that you can use for more intensive practice. They have all the lowercase and uppercase letters as well as numbers, and there's a number of different styles as well. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. Comment below with helpful if this video helped you. This is really going to help me. And then next week I will be back with another video where I will be showing you how to write all the uppercase letters. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.